Lead me from until to real. Lead me from unto the truth. Lead me from darkness to light. Lead me from death to immortality. Peace, peace, peace. So this is a very prayer. Respected Dr. Shilpi Saha, Dr. Moni Chaudhary, the Director of Vani Institute of Management. Respected Dr. Chandru Hegde, Mr. Gopinath Rao, other faculty members present here, dear students. We're extremely happy to be here to address the students on this 46th lecture organized by the Viveka Vani, and congratulate him. For nearly 46 months, means it's nearly 4 years, they have continued with this noble mission of conducting lectures in different colleges under the university. It's a wonderful work that they are doing, and congratulate them. I'm extremely happy to be here to address the students on this topic, Secret of Success, Insights from Swami Vivekananda. When Dr. Moni ma'am, when she was asking about how many of you know about Swami Vivekananda, I mean, it's only a funny side of it, it's a kind of joke. One priest was there, he used to give sermons in the church. So every Sunday he used to give this sermon, and one Sunday he was saying, the next week when you come for this mass, you please read the 16th chapter of Luke from the New Testament. Please read. It's about the sin of speaking falsehood. So on that. So I shall speak about that on this topic. The 16th chapter deals with that. Please read that and come. So the next week, all the devotees, they come to the church for the mass, and then the father preacher, he asks, how many of you have done this? Please raise your hands. And then everyone raised their hands. So he's so happy that everyone is there. Then he was making a very sarcastic remark rather. So this book on Luke has got only 15 chapters. The 16th chapter is not there. So nobody has gone through how many chapters are there in the Bible. It's only a joke apart. So we will start about this topic, Secret of Success, Insights from Swami Vivekananda. Competition and success. These are the dominant goals of the society. Because we want to, competition and success, they go together. Why do we compete? We want to succeed. And this idea of competition has been inculcated in our education right to the childhood. Right to the childhood, this idea of competition has been introduced, inculcated in our education system. And the students are driven by this idea of competition to their studies and in their sports. Everywhere they want to compete, they want to succeed. Success is a very multifaceted concept. For different people, success means different things. For a student, he has to be successful in passing the examination with good scores, should get a good profession. employment, etc. For a poor man, coming from a person from a very poor family, he has to earn his living, his food, shelter, and he has to settle down with a peaceful family. This is what he expresses. He gets these things, and then he sees things that he is successful in his life. For a middle class family member, he would think, oh, a good profession, and periodically get good increments and promotions, etc. So if he gets that, then he is successful in his life. And earn good earnings, a good bank balance if he has, then he feels okay and successful in life. And for a rich man, he should have more and more enjoyments in life, more power, etc. And for a saint, for a monk, he wants to realize God. God is a reality. He wants to experience the presence of God, reality of God. So that is success. So success means several, it's a multifaceted thing. It means different things for different people. And there are two concepts, there are two criteria. How do you measure success? There are two criteria. One is that I should have more possessions, wealthy. I should have a house, good house, cars, so many amenities in my life, comfortable life. Where I possess more, I think that I am successful. Another criteria which we measure success is that, say, if I can fit into the society, the norms of the society. But if, say, when you join this college, you would first look around to see how the seniors are behaving, how the boys are behaving. You want to fit into the student community. Fitting into the community, this is said to be your success. If you're not able to be yours, you're considered as a misfit. You don't fit into the community society. So these are the two generally accepted criteria that I am successful in the community. I have positions, I can fit into the community society, the norms of the society. So these two are the important criteria. And our education system also provides enough means. It teaches us how to earn money, how to fit ourselves into this society. But there are a different class of people. They are called geniuses. Like, for example, the case of Edison, Thomas Alva Edison. He was a genius, but he could not fit into the school education system. After a few months, when he was admitted to the school, after a few months he was sent back home. He cannot fit into this. His mental growth is slightly less compared to the So he does not fit into this education system. He's taken back. The teacher told the mother. And the mother took him back and she taught him. And he privately learned, and what Thomas Alva Edison became, we all know. So they do not try to fit into the system. They are exceptional geniuses. The same way Sri Ramakrishna also, if you read the life, you happen to get a chance to read his life, you will see. He was totally averse to the modern education system. I don't want to get educated in a way that I can earn a few vegetables and rice. One is a packet of vegetables and rice after doing some priestly duties. So this is what our education helps. So I don't want that kind of education where I can earn a few things and be satisfied with that. I don't want this kind of education. And regarding possessions, he was living in a place called Dakshineshwar, where people performed the worship of Mother Vani, and then she appeared to be living for him. she was a living entity, living person. We see the images when you go to the temple. But it was a living form. You could feed her, you could see her breathing through her nostrils. All this you could see. He realized the presence of God. He lived there for nearly 35 years. And there was a person who was the owner of the temple there. So something happened. And the Dwarakanath Viswas, he was the person who was owning the temple. So he said, one day something happened and he said, ask Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna to go. The place where he lived for 35 years, right, he simply took, he was with the cloth he is wearing, he simply moved out. Okay, you want me to go? Yes, I do. He didn't take anything, he didn't have anything in this position. He simply moved out. Then later on he realized his mistake, his Dwarakanath. Then he called him back. No, I didn't ask you to go. It was somebody else that I wanted to go. It's not you. Okay, you didn't want me to go. Come back. So such was the non-attachment. He did not possess anything, but they were always great geniuses. Such genius, they only make real contribution to the progress of this world. Now, when we come to success, what is this success? What do you mean by success? The success, the idea of success, the concept of success is redefined. People are not happy earning more. Lot of wealth, they have lot of possessions, they have a lot of satisfaction, they are not satisfied with that. You can see so many rich people starting philanthropic activities. They want happiness, they want peace, they want to contribute to something, they want to help people around. They want to contribute something to the society. They want to dedicate themselves to some nobler, higher cause. They are not satisfied with wealth. People having a lot of wealth, you can see a lot of problems in their family problems. Mere wealth will not satisfy a person. So you cannot consider acquiring a lot of wealth means success. That is not a real criterion. And so what people are looking for is our life should be more meaningful. What is being meaningful? Something with which some person, something, or some idea, some work, with which I can relate myself. That becomes meaningful to me. There are so many things, so many people are there. Only with very few people I deal with because it's meaningful with me, for me, because I can relate something to them. If I talk something very abstract things, with which you cannot relate, oh, he's doing something, he starts speaking. So we cannot have a connect with the subject which is being talked about. So it does not serve any purpose for you and you don't feel it meaningful. It's not no use. Irrelevance. So meaningful life is if you should be able to relate yourself to people around, to the persons around. You walk through the streets, right? When coming to the college, you see thousands of people, thousands of activities going on around you. Do not even realize what is happening around because that's of no concern for you. You are not able to relate yourself with those things which are happening around you, with the persons who are moving around. Only with your school, college friends, right? You meet them or you recognize them and you talk to them. So whatever we can relate ourselves with, that is more meaningful. So meaningful, people are looking for meaningfulness in life. What is meaningful? That's what they are looking for. And now, what makes a life meaningful? makes a life meaningful? Some guesses? What can make life meaningful? Huh? See, definitely, you're starting from your house. Okay? What makes it meaningful is starting from the house. You reach the college. You reach the college. With that purpose, you start. With that motive, you start from your house. You definite place. I want to go. I need a certain goal. Simply, where are you going? I'm just coming out of my house. Let's see whatever comes to my mind. I'll go there. That sort of a thing you don't do it. You have a definite purpose of leaving your house. To come to church with college, to learn something, to get back home. So you should have a definite goal in your life. Your thoughts and your actions, they should unite. Right? Say, today I'm going to the college. I will learn these things. So with this idea I'm going. So our thoughts, our actions should unite to some purpose. Then our energies are gathered together. It becomes more powerful. Life becomes more powerful. Otherwise, it is simply frittering away of our energies. It doesn't serve any purpose at all. So our life should have certain goals. Now, there comes a difficulty. What do we define as a goal of life? Today I feel, okay, I should get this job and be happy. That should be my goal. I should get this degree. That should be my goal. Tomorrow again my goal changes. Every day we keep on changing our goals. We are not able to fix what we actually want. So, for ordinary people like us, there are two goals. One is an immediate, proximate goal. And the other one is an ultimate goal. There are two things in our life, we should remember this. One is the immediate goal, and the other one is the ultimate goal. The immediate goal keeps on changing. What is an immediate goal? A person living in a society, he is not an independent person. He is a part of the society. He should serve the society. He is taking something from the society. He should give back to the society. So he should be a person working as a bus driver, bus conductor, or a teacher, a lecturer. He has acquired certain knowledge from the society by reading books. He has trained himself, like a conductor, etc. And the knowledge which he has acquired, he tries to give back. When you have to give, everyone, whoever takes, must give back. This is the natural law. This is what is called a sacrifice. The whole universe is created out of sacrifice. This idea is there in our scriptures, especially the Viveka speaks about it. You will be forced to give. Whatever you take will have to be given back. Those who give it back willingly, they are happy. Otherwise, it will be snatched back from you and you cry. So whatever education you get here, you should be able to give back to the society. So everyone, a student, he has to study well. Because you have to give back to the society the best that is given in this college, in this institute. The same best you have to, if possible, you will have to increment it. Right? You have to value added. Values must be added to it and give back to the society much more. That is how we develop. The entire society develops, you also grow with the society. So, our immediate goal as a student, this immediate goal is to study well, acquire certain skills. so that you'll be able to serve the society in a better way. That is the immediate goal. And one more thing is, every person has got certain potentials, certain talents. So education is not about merely learning something and it serves the purpose of earning something out of it. It's not just that. Everyone has got certain potential. Somebody can sing well, somebody can speak well, somebody can do computer programs very well, somebody can do financial part of it. Somebody can be a good HR, good at HR, human relations. Right? So everyone has got certain potentials. So what is education for your profession? It should serve to bring out those potentials, what is inside me. The education should be able to, it should help me to bring out those potentials within me. That gives fulfillment. Oh, certain ideas are there within me which I can bring out, which I can realize it, bring it out from within. That gives a fulfillment. So our education system should help us to give that fulfillment. Our professions should give that fulfillment. Then only our profession becomes meaningful. This is what Swamiji said about it. What is education? Education is a manifestation of perfection already in man. It should manifest. Everybody has got, every individual has got some talent, some potential, some perfection within him, which is looking to come out. It's waiting for opportunities to come out. So your education or our education, rather it's for me also, it's not you only, right? Our education, our profession should be able to manifest those potentials, those talents within, to come out, to make it come out. That gives me satisfaction. That gives me fulfillment. So people look for fulfillment in their creativity. And creative energy should come out. So this is the purpose of our education. So this is the proximate goal, immediate goal, is to study well, to find out our own potentials and try to bring out those potentials through our profession, through our education. A person may earn well, get a good profession, a profession which is able to, which helps him to bring out his potential within him, finds fulfillment in the job. But still, he feels a kind of a vacuum with emptiness. He cannot be fully satisfied. Here comes the ultimate goal. There is something called the consciousness within. This, because all these achievements in the external world, it corresponds to our body, our mind, etc., which are not permanent. Body, how long it can stay? 100 years? How long can the mind be alert and useful? 60 years it can serve society. After 60 years, the capacity of the mind also is. I'm already 60, so it's no other. For certain experiences you gain in the world which you can share with others. But the capacity of the mind slowly starts increasing at a certain stage. The body also becomes incapacitated at a certain time. So these are not permanent. So whatever we achieve in the external world, they are not permanent. That is why we feel the dissatisfaction. Only way we can satisfy ourselves is to know there is some entity apart from this body and mind, which is called consciousness, which our scriptures call as Atman. It is like the electricity which makes bulb and fans function, easy to function. These are gross manifestations of that. Like that, our minds and bodies are made to function by some other entity called the Atma. Unless we realize that, unless we know that our true nature is that, there cannot be fulfillment, there cannot be happiness, there cannot be peace. So, this worldly success, there's no end to it. You say, that after passing 12th standard, you get a good course, then I'll be happy, there's nothing much to do. Join the course, then you'll have to perform, the exams come. You get good grades, that is also not sufficient. You should get a good employment, that is also not sufficient. You should perform well in your profession. You should get increments, improve this thing. So there is no end. You can say that this is it. I am successful. You cannot say that. There is no end to it. So only this, if I come to know my true nature, then there is no further seeking at all. So that is why it is called as the ultimate goal. And every Swami Vivekananda puts religion is a manifestation of the divinity within us, within each being. Manifestation of the divinity is religion. Religion should help us to know our true nature, the divine nature. Each one is potentially divine. The true nature is that divinity. We are not able to manifest it. So religion helps us. So it's something not to be practiced only at the end of my life. So after retirement, let me practice religion. No. Religion has to be practiced every moment of our life. Because that is your true nature. Even through work. If you are able to work according to your potential, you are trying to join with that. That is also becomes a yoga. Yoga means joining. Work itself becomes a means for joining with your true nature. It's a yoga. So every act of our life should become a yoga. This is what our scriptures, Gita says. That's a yoga. A few months back I went to Sri Lanka. They, right from the primary classes, religious teaching is compulsory for them. Right? Religious teaching is compulsory for them. Right from it. See, whichever religion they belong to, Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, right from the primary classes, they have to give exams. They have to pass in the 10th standard. They have to pass in the religious course also. It's not something to be taught or read only the whole day. You should know because it is a part of your life. Like we learn to earn in this world and to live comfortably. Something beyond life stretches even beyond that. You should be able to seamlessly cross into that. So religion should be taught right from childhood. So if a person comes to know about this ultimate goal in life, what gain does he have? We've heard about it. What? So after all, see that life in the life, all events, I mean it does not, you do not meet with success always. Success and failure alternatively. Miseries and happiness alternates. Always you will be happy, it cannot be. If you become happy and then you jump, it's 12 standard marks, means everyone jumps. They get good marks, they jump. And people who do not score well, they are depressed. Okay? So this life is not very smooth sailing. Ups and downs will be there. When you know that there is something called a higher goal in life, right? All these depressions and happiness which you will maintain an equanimity. People committing suicides, they don't smoke well, take to drugs, because they cannot face themselves. They do not face themselves. If we come to know something about it, if it is taught from a young age itself, there is something higher than merely achieving in this world. Right? Our goal is that, then all these depressions, etc., will not affect you. You will simply, if you fall down, you simply pat your back and again you start moving it. The next time I move there. This is one gain which we get about by knowing what the ultimate goal of life is. So we should all decide what is our proximate goal, what is our ultimate goal of life. Now, coming to know about the ultimate, about the goal of life, now we should proceed towards the goal, right? So, day comes. Even if we define the goal, we should be able to move towards the goal. We should make an attempt to move towards the goal. So our goals, we should define the proximate goal also. What is achievable to you? It should not be something which cannot be achieved at all. Every child, when it is asked, it would say, I would become a president. In our younger days, if somebody, what would you like to become? I will become the president of India. Which is an impossible goal. So it should be within our grasp. The next step, like in climbing the step, you should not jump 10 steps. Step by step, you rise. Small steps. You take small steps. So you should have an immediate goal, which is proximate, which is approachable to you. Right? So this will to succeed, there's something called the will to succeed. You see, when you take up a goal and start moving, as I said, there can be, it's not always success that you meet with. There will be failures also. So there should be a will to succeed on this. That should be a dominant note in our lives. There may be failures in between, but I should be able to overcome that. We should not have a pessimistic attitude. You would have heard about the Robert Bruce. You would have studied. He was from Scotland. He fought against the British. He fought for the independence of Scotland against the British. Several times he invaded the British. He was a king, he was a Scottish king. Several times he invaded and he met with failures. So he was very much dejected. This is a common story which you might have studied in your primary classes or in your high school. Right? So he was very much dejected and he was sitting in a cave. And he was just looking up in the cave. He saw a spider. The spider was spinning its web. And repeatedly it failed by spinning the web. It kept on falling down. Again it got out the silk from its mouth and then it started spinning the web around a few rocks. And each time it fell down, it got up. So he did not give up. Ultimately, after several attempts, he was able to spin a web. Then from that he got a motivation. Oh, the spider can do that, I can also do it. What if I had failed? So each each time I meet with a failure, I get an inspiration to how to prepare myself to overcome the failure. Our failure should be a stepping stone for our success. We should not become pessimistic. The will to succeed should always be there in us. And you would have also heard about Arunima Sinha. You heard about her? She was the first amputee, Indian, some foreign lady who scaled Mount Everest. She was the first lady amputee. Her leg was cut, amputated. How it happened? She was traveling in a train. She was a football player, national volleyball player or football player she was. She was traveling in a train somewhere in Beauty. She was wearing some jewels. So some robbers, they came. It was in the evening or the night. Robbers came, they tried to rob her of those jewels. She resisted. She resisted against those robbers. What they did from the moving trains, they simply pushed her. And for the luck could have it, another train was coming in the opposite direction. Another train was coming in the opposite direction. And it ran over her leg. And she was lying the whole night. Some 50, 60 trains were passing here and there. By the side of the railway track, lying there for nearly 7 or 8 hours. And the day dawned and the villagers, they came and saw her lying down. She took her. They took her, brought her treatment done. She with a prosthetic leg was fixed to her leg, and then she made a strong resolve. Somehow came to her mind that she would climb the Everest, Mount Everest. She climbed it. She came to since the Ramakrishna Mission Rajkot. The Swamiji there, he gave the photograph of Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda and Swamiji. When you climb the Everest, please place this photograph there. She did it. So see the indefatigable will and will do it. In spite of all those shortcomings, we for small things we get depressed. So this will to succeed, and the next step, so you fix the goal and you need a will to succeed, that will meet success, and there are obstacles too. We should be aware of that, pros and cons. We should be aware of the obstacles too to achieving success. Normally poverty, lack of opportunity, social discrimination, all these are external causes which come against us achieving something. Poverty, if somebody wants to do MBA, fortunately your parents can afford and you are born in an affordable family that you could pursue this course now. There are many who are much more talented, much more brilliant than you could be. You cannot afford to join poverty. Somebody, maybe they can afford to, they are living in a far-off village, not aware of what is the course. Lack of awareness. So, lack of opportunity. Competitive exam, they conduct a competitive exam after your graduation again, appear for competitive exam, and you will have joined some courses which others cannot do. We cannot get. So there are several external factors which contribute to are achieving certain things in their life, even if they aspire to do it. Apart from this, there is an unconscious conspiracy to internal cause. This feeling, Norman Vincent feeling. There's a book, a very interesting book by this, The Power of Positive Thinking. You would have read it. Several books, a series of books he has written. He is positive thinking. Positive thinking is the power of positive thinking is not such good. In that he says people do not think because they lack ability. It is only because they lack the wholeheartedness to contribute to success. I want to achieve certain things. I make up my mind. This is my goal, right? I should get into such and such business school. I make up my mind. But whatever preparations are required for it, that should also be, you should also go through that. If you don't do it, you will not achieve it. They have the ability, but they will not fully contribute, they do not fully exert themselves to achieve that. So this is a kind of internal conspiracy, the unconscious. There are four levels in fact, four levels of consciousness. The conscious level, which we can see, perceive objects, we can see people, we speak to them, we interact with people. It is a conscious level. Below that is a subconscious level. Certain things which we experience, deposited, so ideas which are deposited in the mind which we experience in our dreams. Still further down, which we do not experience at all, which we do not see at all, this is unconscious. And there is something called superconscious that only the yogis can. Ordinary people like us, conscious level of mind. We operate in these three levels: conscious level, subconscious level, and unconscious level. So this unconscious is only a storehouse of all our past experiences. It is a powerhouse which we do not see, and all our activities are governed by conscious activities. They are governed by this unconscious thought. This impedes our path. This comes across our path to success. This tries to suppress our intention, strive for success. So this has to be unconscious mind. We all know that the mind is a powerhouse. It has got several impressions. We have there is jealousy, so many negative emotions are there. But that is why we are not able to trust each other. We are not able to face ourselves. There are certain negative emotions which are there, which we are not able to face. We are afraid of it. Sometimes we get tiger, suddenly it will spring out. If you are not interested, please keep quiet. If you hold a separate group talk over there, then discuss. So this unconscious. So it has got several negative. It's like a level, right? Negative emotions are there, which we are not able to face. That's why we are not able to trust ourselves. There are also certain good emotions. We have concern for others, we are helpful to others, we want to help others, we have love for others. Right? So
like if you have a bottle, clean bottle, is stained in the day. And how to clean that bottle, pour more and more water. All the stains in the bottle will be washed away and you get pure clean water. Like that, our unconscious has to be cleaned with the good works. Like doing unselfish work, good to others, thinking good of others. So this will help us overcome all these negative emotions. So ultimately when all the negative emotions are being addressed, and with such a mind is a powerhouse. So all our activities should be supported by this such a powerful mind so that we succeed. The purification of mind is what is all the negative emotions. I will fail, I will not succeed, I fear, I am greedy, I am jealous. All these things should be wiped out. Be jealous about it, appreciate what others do. So, being appreciated is like a good idea. It's like washing away all your bad thoughts. Eating that makes you trust yourself, and that helps you succeed in all your efforts. Be successful in all your efforts. So we have heard about what is mind and how it should be levels of consciousness. You should trust yourself, all this. Very important. You should also persevere to act. So half of it is because of half our anxiety, because our miseries, because of our people not knowing what is there in the mind. Why is this negative thought coming? How can you overcome? You do not know. This is half of the problem. And second half of the problem, in the second half, is that not acting, even if you know it. Jnana, even very well knowing this is not correct, he still do it. That is a sinful thing. If we unknowingly do it something, some mistakes, that is a different thing. Knowing very well that this is not to be done, still doing it is sinful. Like that, we have decided that we should succeed. And then we should make all efforts, we should be up and doing. How to use another concept, patience, purity, patience, and perseverance. If you want to succeed, you should have this purity, patience, and perseverance. And like that is good. Beginning. Take up one idea. Focus on the goal. Take up one idea. Think about it. Dream about it. Live on that idea. Let your brain, let your nerves, let your muscle, all parts of the body be filled with that one idea. Let it come on. This is the secret of success. Focused. What is my goal? I should succeed. This is what I should do. What means success to me, I should do. And we need to do efforts. Then we will rest to the God. There are 5 things which are necessary for success. Vani, you want to succeed in any endeavor, he does it. If you want to succeed in any endeavor, you should have a sound body, sound mind. Karta, you should be skilled, do it. You should be skilled. Layer of happiness.
have to achieve, this thing will help me in achieving that. This will not help me. This I should be able to discriminate. Tomorrow there is an exam. My friend calls me, hey, let's go for this movie. Enjoy the movie. No. Enjoyable for me for that particular thing. But therefore it will be harmful for me. It will be disciplined in the process. What is good for me is what will help me achieve the goal. That is good. It does not help me in achieving goal, but the goal which I fixed, then it is not. So our minds, our senses should be perfect. Different ways. Here's your example. Speak to your friends, talk to your teacher, read this book, take that book, go to the library. Different ways. Try to understand. Cheshta means your attempt, your first movement. After that, making all efforts. Do your duty. Do your duty. The duty karmani eva adhikar. How only the right to form deserves should be left to God. Then you will take on the factor is God. The world is nothing. Consider how is this happening? We have done certain numbers, we are all together. Why certain other people are not there? Why they have the good fortune of hearing about it, hearing about something higher in the world? Why? And he has made this arrangement. The representative itself has happened. You are operating. So the whole world is functioning because of some force behind it. So leave it to God. Just do your duty and leave the rest to God. So the way of success is not an easy path. It was not complete. Immediately we should be successful. It takes long years of patience, take the case of Abdul Kalam. He came from a very, very ordinary family. Somewhere in a village, Rameshwara. He studied in a government school education. And then he worked with it. And he later on became the man behind the rocket man. How would you do it? He used to live inside a cave. He would live inside a cave and nobody could approach him. People were wondering how he survived without taking food. So they would say he was taking air from a cave. He was taking raw honey from it. I learned from him. Your means, whatever you do, Your means is as much important as the end. For us, the end is achievement is more important. So by group or group, we try to achieve that. Because means is also equally important. Adopt the right means. Get a good score doesn't mean that you copy from others. Make your own effort. Means is also important. Such an achievement by duplicating from others will not sustain for long. When you are employed, you will feel a kind of inferiority complex. Even though your marks reflect so high, I am not able to stand up to that. So achieving such a high score, and after all, when you go to the job market, merely the score sheet will not. You will test your achievements, to your performances. So that is why he said, the means, you should pay as much attention to the means as to the end. Then you will see your life